What's up guys, Zeenigami here. Let's go through the Chaos Difficulty Kid Coliseum on the global version of One Piece Treasure Cruise. Round 1 is gonna be versus Ace. Ace is a quick character. He has 3.7 million hit points. Will attack every 2 turns for 8,600 damage. And will, once below 50%, start attacking us for 12,900 damage. So we're gonna be using a double Dofi team with a coffin ship. The Alvida is just there to reduce damage, and Mr. 1 is there to boost damage and reduce damage. You remember that Ace will greatly reduce damage dealt to him above 200,000, so you don't really want to try to burst him in a single turn. You're going to get a lot of your damage reduced on those vital turns. So we're going to be using a team with double Dofi. If you want, you could bring a way to heal, like you could bring a Marco to heal back up instead of Alvida. That will do even better. I'm going to get most of my characters locked. What's my anti-bind at? Not enough. Oh, butts. Let's see. Well, I have to redo this one. It's going to bind random. It's going to bind someone for 3 turns. Yeah. I guess I'm just stalling really early on. And Ace. Ace will preemptively get a 6-hit combo barrier, so Alvida's attack doesn't matter at all. He also greatly reduces damage taken above a certain threshold, and we're just going to be attacking him very slowly as we get his attack down. Chat's reminding me you could always use something like Coliseum Hina to do multiple hits to his combo barrier, and then actually use your Mihawk special if you wanted to. I'm just gonna be punching him. Just punch him. Punch. But yeah, getting rid of that combo barrier and then using a special would work. You could always use a 6-star Law or Blackbeard once those things exist. But they don't. You can also use Nightmare Luffy once he exists too. But you cannot delay him. You can use other debuffs, you just cannot use delay. And I'm not gonna use my Doflamingo specials until after we get him below 50%. Because below 50% is when he starts hitting for 12,900 damage and starts healing every turn as well. And I'm also going to be saving my Mr. 1 then for damage. So Mr. 1 to help reduce the 12,000 damage hits and also do more damage. And if I play things slowly, I can use Alvida below 50% as well. So I'm actually going to not get him below 50% here. Might as well heal if I'm not getting him below 50%. Look for some food orbs, and then I'm going to start bursting him next turn. So give me food. And it's pretty good. I could save my Mr. 1 for next turn to reduce damage and burst at the same time. Yeah, let's do that. So Mr. 1, I lost my green orb. I should have kept the green orbs. Hey, Urkin with the sub. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Doesn't matter if I use my Zoro or Mihawk specials, is really not going to make a difference. I suppose I can move this here and leave that there. And we'll attack like this. Three. Nothing like the great. And above 200,000 damage, it's all reduced. Boop. So he's gonna start healing. Remember that 200,000 damage reduction. Nah. And I'll have my Alvida ready again before I need her. 1 turn. If I get 2 green orbs, that's when I'll use my second Dofi. He doesn't. He attacks for 20,000 damage below 20%, so keep an eye out for that. And And my Alvita will be ready for that 20,000 damage hit. Just one green orb. And with Alvita on a 20,000 damage, I'll be able to take 2 hits from him down here. Boop. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nothing bad at all. Nothing bad at all. Boop. Still got enough health for one 20,000 damage hit. Might as well use my other Dofi. I think I can take him out this turn. Here, move you. And that's good enough. Alright, there goes Ace. I still had 3 more turns to actually attack him because I could take 1 more hit. Next stage is going to be versus Domino. Round 2 is gonna be versus Domino. Domino is a side character. She has 1.77 million hit points and will attack every turn for 4,000 damage. But she will preemptively bind one random non-captain character for 99 turns, and will also do that again below 50%, and will bind for every 2 turns for 2 turns. So you want to have at least level 2 anti-bind on whatever team you use, so that way you don't get your characters binded if at all possible. And you want to bring some redundancy. So you'll notice here I have Doflamingo and Nolan, so that way if my Doflamingo gets binded, then we're still okay. And I'm going to be using the 1000 Sunny to help kill all the characters around Domino. Other than that, see you soon. And on to Domino. Domino is going to preemptively bind one of our characters forever. Who's it gonna be? Nolan! Sweet! It's probably the best one for me. I'm going to be using Mr. 3 to delay them all for 1 turn, because they can be delayed, so you can always bring Golden Hunt Usopp wherever you like. Remember, she will bind one character for 99 turns, even if she is delayed, so you can't get her down and then hope that she doesn't bind someone for 99 turns. Here we're gonna use Dofi, and then we're just gonna kill her. And if I don't kill her now, I'll always have my int Mihawk friend to help finish off the gerb. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. Alright, I guess my int Mihawk friend's finishing off. So since I got her below 20%, oh, she doesn't. She only does it when she attacks. Once you get her below 20%, she will also bind your right side for 99 turns. So watch out for that. But hey, int Mihawk just clears out everything. Easy peasy. Next fight's gonna be versus Nami. Ooh, the fun Nami fight. Round 3 is versus Nami. Nami is a int fight, but Nami is by far the hardest fight of this whole thing. It makes the rest of everything look really, really easy. So I'm actually going to be using Sugar. This is not a free-to-play team. And the reason I'm going to be using Sugar is because I don't want to sit here and stall for 99 turns. With Sugar, I'm only going to have to stall for like 30 turns. So if you don't have a Sugar, you can still use a regular double NL team to beat this. You're going to need to bring a poison remover. I'm going to be using the Psy Dugong to remove my poison, but any poison remover will do. And instead of Sugar, just bring a Kaku or a Doflamingo to boost your damage, or I swap out Mihawk for either a Doflamingo to boost your damage or something else. But we're going to just be delaying. And then what you want to do if you don't have Sugar is actually stall for 99 turns until her debuff or her damage reduction goes away. Because if Nami survives under 20% health, she'll summon Absalom and Sanji, and you're gonna have a very bad time. So the best way to make sure that you actually kill her below 20% is, alright, to make sure you actually kill her and don't get her below 20%, is to wait until her 50% damage reduction buff goes away, because with that 50% damage reduction buff, it's very hard for an NL team to actually kill her. So, no sugar, stall for 99 turns. If you have sugar, save yourself a lot of time. And I did die the first time I did this, so I don't want to stall another 99 turns. I'll see you most of the way. We'll see you on Nami. So, Nami has 2.26 million hit points. She'll attack every single turn for 4,252 damage. She also will give you all matching orbs on turn 1, which would be nice if you have a side team in order to actually take advantage of that. Because she is going to, for 10 turns, completely negate any damage dealt to her by non-side characters, so only side characters can actually deal damage to her for the first 10 turns. And then we use Dugong to get rid of our poison. Very, very important, because her poison is going to deal 4,200 damage to us every single turn. So if you don't have poison removal, it's going to be quite annoying to do. And we're just going to go through this. Just gotta start getting through this, man. Alright, Nami is nice and low. This is only taking me 30 turns. We're gonna use my Dex Mihawk, cut her by another 30%, and then use sugar. Like I said, you can do this team without using sugar, but you'd have to stall for 99 turns to wait out that percent damage buff over there in the upper right hand corner, and then burst her down, or get really tight, because without waiting out that 50% damage reduction, it's going to be really tight to avoid that 20%, and you don't want to wait for 50 turns to get her low, and then try to burst her, and then fail, because that's what I did the first time. So, yeah, just wait until that defense reduction buff goes away, and you'll have a much easier time. You can also do this with a Psy Burst team, but if you're using a Psy Burst team, remember she does have 2.8 million hit points and has 50% attack reduction, or 50% damage reduction from all sources that are not fixed damage like Mihawk Special. Whew, tough fight. Round 4 is gonna be versus Kalifa. Kalifa is a Dex character. We're gonna be using a double Mihawk Slasher team. One thing we're going to be bringing is Raid Boss Kuma, because she, once you get her below 50%, will give you all Bond, Tandem, and Recovery orbs, which means Kuma will guarantee you'll have matching orbs. Actually, let me switch myself to use the Mihawk ship. I don't know why I'm using Thousand Sunny. Mihawk ship. There we go. So I'm using a double Dex Mihawk team. I'm going to probably take a hit from her, and then get her below 50%, have her give me all Bomb and Tandem orbs, and then we're gonna burst her after that. Here we go, we'll use you. Nice recovery orbs. I'll see you on Kalifa. Okay, Kalifa will preemptively give us all badly matching orbs and prevent debuffs for 99 turns. She attacks every 2 turns for 6,500 damage. You could use Doflamingo here on turn 1 if you wanted, and try to burst her down later. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a hit from her. Actually, I should use one Mihawk Special here. I don't want to push her below 50% yet. If you have your Shiki with some skill ups, that of course will make things easier actually using your Shiki Special. I'll use one Mihawk Special. If you have 2 Mihawk Specials, that you know will be below 50%, but I don't want to do that yet. Boom. Boom. Not quite below 50%. Make sure you avoid her 20%, because once you get her below 20%, ew. I could take another round. That's fine. Make sure you don't get her below 20%, because if you get her below 20%, she will heal back up to 40% and continue attacking. So I'm not going to be using any specials here. Attack, 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 attack. It's gonna get all Tandem, Recovery Bomb, or empty stuff, but it's perfect for Kuma. Kuma will give me all matching orbs. I know if I use all my attacks with Kuma, that will deal... This will deal 1.2 million damage. Or, yeah, 1.2 million damage, which will be a little more than a quarter health. It's gonna actually, yeah, I'm gonna take a hit, but I'm gonna get her as close to 20% as I can. Right here. There we go. Punch me for 13,000. And perfect. Why not? I might as well use Arlong Special. I was worried about accidentally pushing her below 20% there. If you had her lower than I did, you could just burst in one turn. But I didn't want to get her below 20% and have her heal up. So, there we go, that's Kalifa. Last round's gonna be Kid and Kalifa. And on the final round versus Kid and Kalifa, we're gonna be using a Uruji Whitebeard team. Our Uruji friend Whitebeard, of course we have double Whitebeard, that's even easier. But, as soon as it lets us load, and we're gonna use a team with 2 characters. Come on. Come on. So something important to note about Kalifa is if you get Kalifa below 20% on the first, or if you get Kalifa under 20% at the same time you get her under 50%, she'll only use one of her 2 things. So Kalifa has a little internal priority list in which she will, once you get her below 50%, she always wants to first give you all bomb, empty, meat, and tandem orbs below 50%. It's what she always wants to do first. So if you immediately burst her down below 20%, then instead of healing back up, she's actually going to just give you those empty and tandem and bomb orbs and stuff. So on our first turn, we are going to burst her as hard as we can. This guy's got heal per turn on his Whitebeard, that's okay. And we're going to use a Whitebeard with all these characters. Perona we're using over Alvida because Perona means that we have 2 red orbs to put onto 2 of our characters, including Uruji and Whitebeard on the first turn. That means we're going to deal about 1.7 million damage. If Kalifa gives us a lot of bother orbs and stuff, once we get her down below 20%, then we can always reset that and get rid of those badly matching orbs. So we only have to deal, if we have all badly matching orbs, we do 250,000 damage with this team anyways. So we should be okay. We shouldn't be too worried about how much, about if we get badly matching orbs instead of like just empty orbs versus Kalifa. Stage 1 will have a bunch of characters that will bind the type they're weak against. And here's where we want to get ourselves below 75 or below 30% health. Make sure you know where your 30% health line is. Like on my team, I know that my 30% health line is 7,000 damage. So take characters out while paying attention to how much health you have. And I'll see you on Kalifa. Alright, against Kalifa. Kalifa will preemptively give us all badly matching orbs and prevent any debuffs to her for 99 turns, just like her mini-boss version. We're gonna use our Doflamingo and give our Uruji and our Whitebeard, who I'm pretty sure is higher attack. Yeah, of course. Uruji and Whitebeard, one's gonna be getting those orbs. Use Uruji special to double his damage. Boo boo! And then we're gonna attack like this. Nice, we got her below 20%, but even though we got her below 20%, she's first gonna do her below 50% ability, which is give us some badly matching orbs and stuff. And we should still be okay here. But I would just want to show you that you can exit out and reset her ability. Like many abilities that happen at the beginning of your turn, if you exit out of the game and come back in, she'll do that again and just change. She'll just randomly give you different orbs. So I can always hope to get non-bother orbs on my red characters. Remember that empty orbs are not any different from a different color orb. So a character with an empty orb is just like a character with an off-color orb. So a character with, like, my red character with an empty orb is the same thing as my red character with a green orb. It's just neutral damage. Or my red character with a tandem orb, or my red character with a recovery orb. No difference at all there. So empty orbs are fine. I just don't want to get a block orb or bother orb on my red characters. Continue! And so here, Kalifa will randomly give us different, as long as she doesn't give us 3 bother orbs on my red characters. Hey, look at that! Isn't that so much nicer? Thanks, Kalifa, you're a doll. And make sure you have over 1,000 hit points, which is pretty easy to get to. Because on Kid will, on turn 1, have a 25 hit barrier, prevent all delays for 99 turns, and give us all empty orbs. We're not going to use our Kuma now, we're going to use our Kuma later. We're just going to attack now. We can try to do a little bit of damage. Make sure you use Perona, don't forget. He has 2.31 million hit points, which, as long as we get on turn 2 a non-red orb on our NL, we are good to go. There are many different ways he can give us orbs. Or he's going to give us a bunch of... he's going to give us empty, bomb, tandem, and red orbs. So all I just need is not red on my NL. Here we go, Kid. Attack for 10,500 damage on his first turn. And then he's going to attack for 7,000 damage this turn. Remember what I said about I can get any orb except for red on an L? That's the one I didn't want. And there you go, super easy, Coliseum Kid. Yeah, totally. That was like my first try with that team. Oh man, I'm just so off with my Kid team today. Anyways, how good is Kid? Kid Coliseum. He is a strength striker. Where are you, Kid? Kid is a strength-driven striker character. He's got some pretty good stats. He's actually got a very useful captain ability too that boosts the attack of driven characters once he's at low health. Evolved, his captain ability is a little different. It boosts its double attack once you get low. He boosts your attack even more, so you want to be low health with your Kid. Evolved, it's once you're below 30% health, he boosts by 2.75 times for driven characters instead. And Nell is also a driven character, which makes him easy to stick on with a Kid captain to guarantee you being below 30% health. And he's always doing 2 times attack captain, which is also very nice too. You can be at 100% health and still do some decent damage. His special, however, is where he's truly useful. His special gives you, empties all your orbs regardless of what type they are, except for block orbs. He doesn't get rid of block orbs. He does empty out all your orbs though and deals damage based on how many strength orbs he removes. And once you empty out all your orbs, what better thing to do is pair that with like Raid Boss Kuma or Pika to give you matching orbs, because Pika and Kuma will both change empty orbs into matchings, and Pika is a driven character. So if you just want matching orbs, Kid and Pika gives you matching orbs for a driven team, or Kid and Kuma will give you matching orbs for any team, fully matching orbs. Very good special, especially if you get him lower. Highly recommend you farm Kid because he is a very useful character. I have been Zeenigami. Good luck getting those kids. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all stay beautiful.